So, I'm Brandon. Lifetime subscriber, merch collector, and let's face it, probably Markiplier's #1 fan. Tonight, I'm sunk deep into my beanbag, headphones on, eyes glued to one of his latest live streams. He's playing this new horror game, Echoes of the Lost, and it's the usual Markiplier fare: jump scares, over-the-top reactions, that nervous laughter he does when something really freaks him out. It's comforting in a way. Familiar. But then I notice something. He isn't blinking. Not once. Not even during the scariest moments, when his face should contort or flicker with surprise. He just stares, eyes wide and glassy, locked on the screen like he's seeing something the rest of us can't. The energy in the chat shifts from spammed emotes to confusion. I feel it too, an icy thread winding up my spine. Something's wrong. Mark's not just playing the game. He's trapped in it. I can't explain why, but I know I have to do something. Maybe it's the parasocial bond, maybe it's just reckless impulse. Either way, I download Echoes of the Lost myself, hands shaking as the progress bar creeps across my monitor. The second I hit play, my vision blurs, screen shatters into 1,000,000 pixels, and it's like I'm falling, tumbling through code. There's no warning, no loading screen. Just bam, I'm somewhere else entirely. The world around me is a fever dream, a city fallen to ruin, all angles warped and colors bleeding neon. Skyscrapers lean at impossible tilts, streetlights flicker in Morse code, and the sky is a ceiling of static, crackling with distant, broken voices. I wander, calling out for Mark, every footstep echoing like I'm walking inside a hollow skull. Time loses meaning. My phone's gone. My hands aren't even my hands anymore. They're too clean, too smooth, like game avatars with perfect skin. Eventually, I spot him. He stands by a door that dwarfs even the tallest buildings, a grotesque thing with veins pulsing in its frame, like it's alive and waiting for something. Mark's shoulders are hunched, his face pale in the ghostly light. The monster's close and around him, things that look almost human, but their limbs are jointed all wrong, bending backward, twitching like marionettes with tangled strings. Their faces are blurred, as if the game's engine can't quite decide on their features. I'm so focused on Mark that I don't notice the screen door behind me until it slams shut, the sound vibrating through my bones. The air tastes like electricity. I look across the wasteland, and Mark's eyes meet mine. There's nothing there. No recognition, just that cold, mechanical glare, like a camera lens focusing in. The monsters freeze, their bodies shuddering, as if every line of code is waiting for a new command. One of them twists its head all the way around, vertebrae crackling, and clicks its tongue in a rhythm that makes my skin crawl. Mark's mouth opens, but his lips barely move. The words come from everywhere at once, echoing off broken concrete and shattered glass, like a chorus of malfunctioning speakers. You shouldn't be here. The sound is wrong, layered with static, as if the game itself is speaking through him. My heart hammers. They aren't attacking. They're waiting for something, but what? I glance at the door behind Mark. It's huge, easily 4 stories tall, and it's moving, breathing, the rivets along the frame pulsing with every inhale. The handle is no ordinary hardware. It's a bone, knuckle bone to be precise, jammed through the wood like a grotesque key. Suddenly, my pocket vibrates, my phone, somehow still with me. I yank it free. The screen glows with my YouTube homepage. Mark's stream still playing, but his face is different now, eyes bulging, mouth stuck in a silent scream that looks too real, like he's aware of me watching. The chat's a blur, but one message is pinned, glowing blood red. He's not supposed to see the door. Before I can react, Mark's body jerks, head snapping to the side, arms flailing like he's trying to break invisible restraints. For the first time, he blinks. When his eyelids lift, the eyes staring back at me aren't his, they're mine. Same tired hazel, same dark circles from too many late nights. The monsters sigh, a sound that's part relief and part resignation, and start to collapse, their bodies deflating like punctured balloons. One creature, long and thin, reaches out for Mark with fingers that multiply as they grow closer, digits splitting and branching like the roots of a dying tree. My instincts take over. I hurl my phone at the thing's face, and as it shatters, a storm of static erupts, jagged pixels, broken code, a cascade of corrupt data spilling out like blood. The air stinks of ozone. The monsters around us flicker, their forms breaking down into digital noise, struggling to hold together as the world glitches and fractures. No time to think. I lunge for Mark's wrist. His skin is ice cold, with a metallic undertone, like grabbing a laptop after hours of streaming. "You're coming with me," I tell him, though I don't know if either of us has any idea what that means anymore. Behind us, the creatures hiss, their arms unraveling into data streams that reach for us, desperate to pull us back. I swipe at the air, frantic, like I'm erasing a dirty screen. To my shock, the air tears open, a ragged, flickering hole, all jagged edges and rippling static. Through the glitch, I see home, my bedroom ceiling, the LED strips still pulsing in rainbow colors, exactly as I left them. It looks impossibly distant, like a memory viewed through frosted glass. Mark makes a guttural, gurgling noise, his mouth opening too wide, jaw unhinged in a way that makes me want to look away. His eyes, my eyes, dart between me and the portal. I have a bad feeling about the door. I mutter, mostly to myself. It feels like the only thing anchoring me to reality. Behind us, the bone handle rattles, shaking so violently it sounds like it might burst out of the frame. The monsters are losing their shape, melting into puddles of corrupted pixels, slithering toward the door, as if they're being called home. Something behind it is stirring, pulling them in. Whatever's waking up, it isn't meant for either of us. I haul Mark through the glitch. For a moment, I am nothing, no body, no thoughts, just raw code, weightless and silent, like I'd been uploaded into a server far beyond comprehension. Then suddenly, gravity returns. We crash onto my bedroom floor, tangled in a heap, gasping for air that tastes real and sharp. The portal snaps shut with a sound like a file being erased, the finality ringing in my ears. My laptop, still open, flickers once before the stream freezes. Mark's face, mouth stretched in that impossible scream, stuck in digital limbo. The chat explodes with "No," lines of panic filling the screen. I yank the plug out, heart pounding, and just to be sure, hurl the laptop against the wall. The screen fractures, spiderwebbing with cracks, and the hard drive lets out a tortured, grinding whimper. The room is silent except for our breathing. Markiplier sits up slowly, staring at his hands as if they belong to someone else. His fingers tremble, nails digging into his palms, leaving crescent-shaped wounds. "They were using me," he finally whispers, his voice hoarse, broken, layered with static like a corrupted audio file. Like a puppet. I could feel the strings. Every time I thought I was in control, they pulled me back. He looks up at me, eyes wide, haunted. "This wasn't just some government experiment, Brandon. This was the experiment. I was never meant to be a normal creator. They built me, crafted me, to test neural integration with digital spaces. I was the bridge, the first step toward blending human consciousness and code." He laughs, short and bitter, the sound glitching in his throat. But something on the other side noticed. Something that doesn't want the bridge to go only one way. He shudders, pulling his knees to his chest, rocking like a child lost in a nightmare. The words hang between us, heavy and electric. Turns out doors open both ways. And some things are better left closed. The room seems colder, the shadows deeper, as if a piece of that neon wasteland followed us home, lurking just beyond the reach of the LED light. I'm not sure who's more afraid, Mark or me. All I know is, I won't be watching another stream tonight. And somewhere, in the fractured dark of cyberspace, the door is still breathing, waiting for someone else to see it. What the fuck just happened? Who the hell was that guy? And how did he even get into the game? The government higher-up's face was flushed with anger. his fist clenched tightly on the table as he glared at the screens. His voice echoed through the laboratory, sending a chill down everyone's spine. The scientist, a thin man in a white lab coat, fumbled with his glasses, his hands shaking. "No idea. It just happened," he managed, his voice barely above a whisper. Beads of sweat trickled down his forehead as he replayed the events in his mind, unable to piece together how the intruder had breached their supposedly impenetrable security measures. "I want answers. Find out who he is, now!" The higher-up's command was sharp, slicing through the tense silence that had settled in the room. The technicians and analysts froze at their stations, exchanging nervous glances as the gravity of the situation sank in. The scientist swallowed hard, his Adam's apple bobbing. "Yes, sir." His words trembled with anxiety, betraying the fear that gripped him. He knew that any misstep could cost him not just his job, but his reputation, and perhaps even more. Desperation flickered in his eyes as he turned to his team, silently pleading for their cooperation. No one wanted to be responsible for this disaster, but the weight of responsibility pressed down on him the hardest. The room buzzed with a renewed urgency as they began frantically searching for clues, determined to uncover the identity of the mysterious intruder and to salvage whatever remained of their credibility.